We are according.
Are we?
We're also recording. Hello.
Hello.
This is Melemon, and I'm joined by Catangerine. And this episode of Tragical is brought to you by
Fruit.
citrus fruit. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry.
I really liked that. Did you just come up with that?
I'm dead. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry.
I'm living for it.
I just wanted to be Melemon.
Melemon.
And you can be
Catangerine. You just pulled those out. I'm living for it.
I had a lot of coffee today.
I did not.
This is going to be a fun episode.
I was home watching Drag Race all day, so.
That's beautiful. I went to work.
Gross.
And I got a raise.
I got my nails done.
Oh, they look, oh my God, yeah. Those are like legit frozen nails.
So
did you even try to do that?
No. So they're they're like mood changing, quote unquote, but it's by temperature.
So it just looks like you have silver nails with turquoise tips.
Yeah.
They're
Isn't that
beautiful.
Cool?
Oh, I'm obsessed.
Me too.
Tragical.
This week,
we're here to tell you why
Frozen
is tragical.
Oh, can I just say?
What a good movie.
It is so good.
It is.
I don't even care. I know there's so much freaking Elsa hype, but it is just such a good movie. And this episode was picked by our patron, Noelle. So this one's for you, Noelle. If you want your favorite Disney movie done, you can become a patron. The link is in our show notes.
I'm an Anna stan, but yeah, Elsa's all right.
It's just such a good movie.
It is.
Anyway, I did look up some fun facts
Woo.
for this movie, and I got them off of IMDb.
I love that.
Trivia.
Perfect.
The only
source
of trivia anyone ever needs to look at. It's all right there on IMDb. So Idina Menzel auditioned for the part of Rapunzel in Disney's previous fairy tale. Why am I reading this verbatim? Who writes these? They're terrible. Anyway, Idina Menzel auditioned for Rapunzel, and so did Kristen Bell.
Interesting.
They both auditioned for Punzi.
And neither of them got it, clearly.
Nope. And it's a good thing they didn't, because we wouldn't have Anna and Elsa as we know them today.
Amazing. So, I love that.
Okay, I'm actually going to read this one last because it is my favorite fun fact of all time ever, I think. So I'm just going to wait. So upon winning the Golden Globe Award for Best Animated Feature Film, Frozen 2013 became the first full-length Disney non-Pixar animated feature to win this award. That was a mouthful, but basically this is like the first non-Pixar movie to win that award. It's the best.
No, that is really cool.
Frozen is also the first Disney animated feature film to win a Golden Globe since Tarzan in 1999.
Oh, wow.
And it was directed by the same person, Chris Buck.
Well, they should have him direct more movies for them then.
Christopher Buck, you are doing the best work at Disney, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it.
That was amazing.
Okay, this literally, I had to read this 27 times because it broke my brain. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
The most complex frame in this movie required over 132 hours to render. I just want you to take that in for a second. You want me to read it again?
No, I think I get it, but what scene is it?
I don't know. I would imagine, I was going to say Adina's castle, but we all know it's her castle. Elsa's castle, I would imagine, is probably.
You think Let It Go?
I think, yeah, probably one of those scenes with her ice castle, but I'm not sure. But yeah, the most complex frame in this movie required 132 hours to render.
Just one frame.
One frame.
So it's literally like a half a second, not even.
My brain is
probably
broken.
less than that.
I bet there were 200 people working on this movie all at the same time.
Well, it's definitely not when her arm goes through her whole body when she redoes her hair.
Excuse me, ma'am. I just read you a beautiful fact. You just stop ruining Frozen.
That's my favorite part.
I have seen that,
her
though.
whole hand just goes through her arm.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
I mean, so I'm about to blow your mind. I'm about to blow everybody's mind, I think. Maybe I just didn't know this.
I'm so ready.
Okay. the characters, Hans, Christoph, Anna, and Sven, are a reference.
Hans Christian Andersen.
Yeah. Did you know that?
Yes.
Excuse me. How come no one told me?
Did you not just hear me get it immediately? Yeah.
Hans,
no, I did know
Christoph, Anna, Sven. Why is Disney illegal?
Illegal.
You didn't know that.
I did know that.
Hans, Christoph, Anna, Sven.
You never thought about the fact that Hans' name was Hans?
I knew that. I got that he was like a reference to Hans Christian Andersen, but I never said 4 random characters from this movie's names in order. You really knew that?
Yeah, I did know that.
I read it and I was like, Hans Christian Andersen.
Yep. Who also wrote The Little Mermaid. Just saying.
Oh my gosh. I literally cannot get over it.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Hans Christoph Anna Sven.
Just keep
That's
saying
the
it.
name of this episode. Hans Christoph Anna Sven.
Just this one word.
I can't even. Okay, maybe I'm just dumb.
No, I think it's a cool fact.
I mean, anyway, there's tons of cool fun facts, Golden Globe-y things, and Kristen Bell really, like half the fun facts were about Kristen Bell, and I was like, all right, sis, nobody cares this much about you. And then it was saying stuff about like Josh Gad and Olaf, and some of the fun facts were like dumb, like Olaf is like Olaf. And I was like, no, I don't think that's not fun or a fact. That's just somebody wrote that and
just his name.
Hit send.
Also, I just want to say Josh Gad is one of the nicest celebrities I've ever met. He was super nice to everyone. Like, he would like stop and talk to people, like cast members, guests. He doesn't mind. Obviously, like celebrities get stopped all the time. So like,
I would be the biggest bitch if I was this.
No, you definitely would be.
So I remember we went to go see this on opening day. Thanksgiving. What is it? 2013?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was my first year of college, so that sounds right. And I remember the artwork and the whatchamacallit. What are they called before the movie? A preview. What am I trying to say? Not
the trailers?
Commercials. Trailers. Thank you. We have a movie podcast. I just wanted to remind you, and I don't know what anything is called at all. I'm dumb.
Goodbye.
So I remember watching the trailers for this movie and being like, this is gonna be stupid. I don't even want to see this. It was just literally, I vividly remember it just being Anna and Christoph walking through some snow, and I just like didn't care at all. Like I was not interested.
I was so excited for this movie.
And then Kat dragged us on Thanksgiving Day to go see this movie.
Grandparents and all. Like our grandparents were there.
All of our grandparents, our parents were there. And I just remember vividly leaving the theater and just loving this movie so much and wanting to literally become Olaf. Like, I literally loved Olaf so much.
All the characters?
All the characters.
Or what I mean?
And I remember
snowman.
I loved Olaf so much. And then this movie blew up and it got so much hype and it was all over the parks and they made friggin' Elsa like the castle for Christmas and it like really pissed me off.
It was a lot.
And Olaf was everywhere and now I borderline hate Olaf.
My problem with it is I was so excited for this movie and Anna is the main character. And just because of Let It Go and the Elsa hype, everyone like forgot that the movie literally follows Anna. She is literally the main character of this movie. And everyone's like, Elsa? Fuck Anna, I guess.
Olaf is the main character.
No, the movie literally follows every second of Anna. She is the main character. Elsa is just a plot point in the first movie. It just like upsets me because don't get me wrong, I love Elsa. Literally the whole movie, our grandmother was sitting next to me and she kept tapping me and being like, that's you. Oh, that's something you would say. That's something you would do. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's something you would say and do. She looks just like you. So like I was so excited for her and then she just got like shoved aside. I was so excited and then she was just kind of like, Anna who?
Do you even see Elsa though? Like she's clearly the best.
She's not. She's kind of the worst.
She's a big bitch. I love her.
She genuinely freezes their whole town, which isn't really
spoiler
her
alert,
fault.
we haven't even gotten to the movie yet, Kat. Come on.
If you haven't seen Frozen yet and you're listening to this podcast, I'm genuinely worried for you.
It's so funny because whenever, just like the beginning milliseconds of this movie, where it's like, na 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 hey ya na na ya oh. I would just like to say we also made our roommate D watch this with us, and
he did not want
we
to.
started screaming that as soon as the movie started, and I could see the immediate regret on his face.
Yeah, this was literally Frozen Sing Along in Hollywood Studios. That was us watching this movie. I just want everyone to know.
I'm sure our neighbors were very concerned.
I think they were. We were not quiet
because we were shouting.
They were like, do they have children that
It's
live
just
there?
so good. Yeah, right? It's just a bunch of 20-somethings watching Frozen. Oh, sad.
Oh,
So
man.
sad.
I kind of forget about the beginning of this movie. I don't know why.
It's
With,
like the best. The ice
harvesters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that's never been and never will be a job, right?
No, I think it's a real thing.
People harvest ice. That's
I don't think
not
they
a
made it
thing.
up.
No, I don't think it's real. That's stupid.
Oh, you're not going to fact check it? You're just
No.
going to say, okay.
There's no ice harvesters. That's a made up thing for this movie.
I'm pretty sure Disney does very severe looking into every single thing they put into their movies.
Oh, literally, they sent a team to Norway for like 2 weeks for quote unquote research. I'm like, wow, let me make a friggin' Disney movie.
So you don't think ice harvesters are real? They're 2 weeks. They just were like, let's just throw some ice harvesters in there.
Yeah, no, that can't be a career that anybody. Ice is frozen water.
They don't have it all the time, though. It was summer.
I just can't imagine that being a real opportunity for anybody to have.
If you are from or know someone from Norway or the surrounding areas, let us know.
Yes, we're your ancestors' ice
harvesters.
harvesters. It just can't be real.
I think it is.
Anyway, these sexy mustached men are cutting ice into blocks and putting it on sleds, and they're singing a cute little ditty.
And there's baby Kristoff and Sven.
Yes, they're
so
so
cute.
cute. And then the ice harvester men head off in their sleigh, and they kind of sort of leave Kristoff and Sven behind.
Yeah, were they just like, was he just not someone's child? Like, it wasn't like bring your kid to work day and then they like forgot their kid. Was he just like there?
I don't know, but it didn't seem like they wanted to bring him back with them.
He was working. He did some work. He cut some ice and harvested it.
He got a little ice chunk.
Yeah, and he even had a little reindeer to pull it.
We cut scene to tiny Anna, and she gets into tiny Elsa's bed, and Elsa's like, please leave me alone.
But
And
Anna's awake.
I'm Elsa.
But Anna's awake because the sky's awake.
Anna needs to go back to fucking bed.
No, she's excited because she can see the northern lights, so it's keeping her up. She wants to burn some energy, as children like to do in 3 o'clock in the morning.
I guess so. So Anna forces Elsa to use her snow powers to make snow.
I don't know about forces.
I also really wanted to sleep, I feel like. But
She could have gone back to sleep.
they go into their ballroom, I guess, and Elsa is making snow. She's got magical snow powers.
Yeah, I don't know if it's really ice powers so much as it's just like cold powers. She makes ice and snow.
She can make ice and snow and snowmen, anything snow related.
Right.
They make Olaf. He
Yeah.
likes warm hugs. And then Anna's fucking around because she's a little brat, and she starts jumping up on some ice towers.
Brat.
And Elsa's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And
Direct quote from the
whoa, 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 whoa. At Elsa. And Elsa can't keep up with her, and she accidentally bonks her with her ice powers.
Yeah, she
in the
shoots her.
head. Yeah, she
Shot her in the head. Pew, pew.
freeze, bitch.
At Elsa again. Another direct quote. Literally freeze, get it? Freeze, bitch.
That's why I said it. Elsa shoots Anna in the head.
Oh no, this is a really violent movie. This should
so
be rated
violent.
R.
Children should not watch this.
Yeah.
Dad and mom come in. He's so extra.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's a man like in the 13th century or
Whatever it is.
Ooh, Kat, when do you think this is?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, there's clearly no refrigeration because we're harvesting fucking snow.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe because it was before refrigeration. So they were harvesting ice for refrigeration.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm really trying to remember. I don't remember like if the wall sconces were like,
No. There's no electricity, bro.
okay.
Absolutely not. I don't think so.
I mean, they think their daughter that has ice powers is a fucking witch. So
when did people think people were witches?
when did Salem happen?
Yeah, and they live in a kingdom, and I'm gonna say like around the same time as Cinderella, right?
I would
same
think,
sort
I
of
think
like
so. Yeah.
clothing as
Yeah,
well.
same vibes.
Mommy and daddy. They take Anna to a troll king. I mean, what do you do when your kid gets hit in the head with ice powers, you take her to a troll king. Everybody knows it.
I mean, do you think the regular doctor is going to be able to fix it? He's
I don't
just
even
going to
think
throw a
regular
leech on her.
doctors were a thing yet.
Yeah.
There were no doctors.
He's going to throw a leech on her and...
There was like maybe a witch in the woods that you would go to for some herbs. This is where things get a little tragical for me. Kristoff and Sven are in the woods around the same time.
Still separated from their entire party of random men.
No ice harvesters anywhere nearby. And a troll mommy decides that she's going to kidnap Kristoff and Sven.
Yeah, she literally says, I'm going to keep you.
She says, you are mine now.
She says, y'all are pretty cute. I'm going to, you're my children now.
I mean, clearly their ice harvesting daddies didn't want them.
Well, is that like maybe that's like a reference to, I mean, obviously, like we said earlier, we don't know anything about like Norwegian culture. I wonder if like trolls are like known for like kidnapping children. Is that like a thing maybe?
I need you to do research if you're going to bring stuff up like this.
Let's look it up.
No.
That's what I think.
So trolls are just stealing children in the woods.
Yeah,
we love Norway. Everybody go to Norway. Kristoff and Sven get kidnapped, and Poppy, that's his name, right? Grandpappy. So Grandpappy troll, the most magical of the trolls, says that he can fix a head, but the heart can't be so easily fixed. Foreshadowing.
Weird how they just happened to bring that up.
He already knew.
Yeah.
He knew.
He knew it was going to happen. Maybe he's also clairvoyant.
Maybe. And the troll daddy, again, troll granddaddy, says, Elsa, don't be afraid of your powers. You cannot be afraid of your powers.
Another instance of foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. They return home and Daddy fires everyone and is like, LOL, Elsa's a monster.
Yeah, what the fuck? Does the exact opposite of what Grandpappy told them to do.
Did not listen to Grandpappy at all.
How is this man king? He clearly doesn't listen to the fucking people.
Did you see his mustache though? That's a nice mustache. So it's song time.
It's a little bit later, a couple years later, and Anna knocks on Elsa's door. Do you want to build a snowman?
Wow, we sounded just like the movie. Oh my God.
We did. That was taken from the movie. This part is so sad to me.
I mean, Anna is living all of our quarantine nightmares right now, basically.
Genuinely.
Every day of her life.
Yeah.
For her, like, whole 13 years of existing.
Yeah, she has these memories of her and her sister being so close. And then, like, out of nowhere... Her sister wants nothing to do with her. She has no explanation, no memories of like why she can't be near her. It was just literally just randomly one day her sister was like, fuck you, bitch. It's just sad. It's so sad. Anna just wants to play with her sister and be friends with her sister. And she's all alone in a giant castle by herself, running around the halls, riding bikes. Talking to herself like a crazy person. We've all been there.
So Daddy gives Elsa some gloves. So now she has to wear freaking gloves because she's afraid of her powers, which is literally, again, what the troll dude said not to do.
Yeah, the dad is kind of the fucking worst.
Elsa gets more and more scared every day, and she just locks herself in her room, which is super healthy. Mommy and Daddy go on a trip somewhere and die tragically in a shipwreck drowning situation.
It's very unfortunate. Really unfortunate. And then it's 3 years later. And it is Coronation Day.
Yes, sirree, baby.
So Elsa is now old enough to take the throne.
Which is 21. I was right. That's the age.
That's what I wrote. Elsa is 21.
Coronation.
Was there a steward this whole time?
There had to be a steward.
I just said fuck the steward.
Maybe it was Kai, the big guy that is always helping Elsa. Bet it's him.
We're going to go with that. So Elsa's going to be coronated and Anna is asleep. And she's very beautiful when she sleeps with her hair mess, drool. She literally looks like me. I am a mess when I sleep.
That's pretty much you when you wake up.
Yeah, I'm covered in drool and I do talk in my sleep.
The hair, everything.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. And then they remind her, hey, you got to wake up. Your sister's being coronated today. And she's freaking pumped because for the first time in forever, they get to open the castle gates and all of the windows and all of the doors. And she's going to see other people and actual sunlight. She's pumped.
In a fierce black velvet top.
Oh, yeah. Her coronation outfit is one of my favorite dresses of hers.
Every outfit in this movie is delightful.
Oh, absolutely.
even just down to shoving chocolate into her face. That
Literally me.
is literally Kat. She could down a bag of Hershey's Kisses like nobody I've ever seen in my entire life.
Literally.
So,
Also, how Anna never stops talking. Also me.
also, Anna needs to stay on the freaking ground. She's always like jumping on stuff and
On the
like
roof.
climbing things and running around. And she is like,
She has all this energy. She has been trapped inside of this castle. Apparently, she's not even allowed to go outside. Like,
well, she's singing her song and she runs out of the castle doors and the gates and she ventures out into town and a horse fucking slams into her.
perfect. Everyone's fear. Let's be real.
And it knocks her into a boat. And that's when we meet
Hans
the love of my life.
of the Southern Isles.
Of the Southern Isles. Hans is number one.
Okay.
Great.
If y'all
I'm
could see
glad
the
we
look she just
established
gave
that.
me.
So into the coronation we go. Elsa grabs her ball and staff thing.
I
and
literally wrote scepter and ball thing. Perfect.
gets reined in. And there's a ball afterwards. And there's dancing. And Queen Elsa enters the room. Anna's afraid to stand by Elsa.
I mean, she's been like shut out of her life for so long. She's like afraid to talk to her.
She should be.
Yeah, but so then they socialize a little bit. They realize they both love chocolate. And then the Duke of Wesselton walks up and introduces himself and he asks Elsa to dance. And Elsa says, I don't do the dancing thing, but my sister Anna, she's pretty good. So he grabs her and he starts talking about a face of a monkey and a chicken, and there's a lot going on.
Right? Elsa's such a bitch. She's like, no, I will not dance with you, but my sister will. Okay, bye. Shoves her into his arms.
Yeah, it's pretty not great. His dancing is a lot.
Hans comes in and saves the day with a flute of champagne in hand.
Ooh.
Because he's so fine.
Yeah,
oh my
he is.
goodness. And they are sitting out on a balcony and they realize that they're in love.
They're in love.
They're so in love. Like they just
Super in
met
love.
45 minutes ago, but they're so in love.
They're opening a door with their love.
But who are you? You're canceled. So Love is an Open Door.
I like the song. I think it's fun.
It's like one of the best. Every song in this
Yeah.
movie is so good. It's just hard to pick my favorite. But Love is an Open Door is just so good.
It's a bop.
They're
It's a bop.
so cute.
They are pretty cute.
I love their love.
They
Put their hands together and make a heart around the moon. It's true love.
They do the robot together.
They did the robot.
Did they even know what robots were back then?
No.
That's fair.
So they go to Elsa and they're like, hi, we're getting married. And Elsa says no, but if she just said yes, this movie would be over.
That's fair. Yeah. So it's a good thing she didn't.
Anna yells at Elsa, and guess what Elsa does, Kat?
She gets mad.
And she ensorcels her.
She doesn't sorcel her.
She ensorcels her with ice.
Yeah, she kind of throws her hand out, throws some spiky ice everywhere, and the Duke of Wesselton calls her a monster and a witch.
She is.
Dramatic. God, have you never seen someone with ice powers before? Come on, dude. Get it together.
So Elsa runs out and freezes the fountain and is like throwing ice crystals everywhere all on accident because she's not used to her powers and she accidentally like hurts some people and probably like murders some children, and
It's a rough time. It's a rough time for all.
she didn't murder any children.
We don't know that.
And then Elsa pulls a Jesus and starts
Walking across the fjord.
running across the fjord and freezing the water. And it starts snowing and Hans is so sweet and he like goes to Anna and he's like, did you know? And she's like, no, I had no idea. And she's like, well, I'm gonna go after my sister because I love her a whole lot and like we'll figure this out. And she leaves Hans in charge of Arendelle
A great choice.
because he's so great.
Yeah.
I love Hans.
This is a great choice for her.
So Anna takes off into the endless winter to find Elsa.
And then we cutscene up into the mountains where Elsa is letting it go.
Yeah, she goes up on a mountain at night, not a footprint
To
to be seen. and let it go. Probably the best scene in any movie ever of all time. No, I'm kidding. But it's pretty great, though.
Honestly, her taking her hair down and then like her transforming her dress is by far one of my like favorite scenes of all time. It's just so pretty, like the way they did it, the way they had her take off like each piece of her outfit to like symbolize her like breaking free of everything. Like I just think it's so cool.
Ooh, one of the fun facts I didn't keep in my notes, but she releases her purple cape, and purple is the color of royalty.
Yeah, so it's being like
basically her
fuck being
saying,
queen.
I don't care, I'm gonna build an ice castle. Okay, now I have questions. Are there bathrooms? Is there a kitchen? What is Elsa gonna eat for the rest of her life? Did she make it this far in her decision-making skills?
Well, I'm gonna assume that she made frozen plumbing. But let's be real. How far was plumbing at the
That's
time
what
of
I'm
this
saying.
movie?
Did she make like an icy chamber pot? Like,
I think so.
Okay, how is she gonna eat? She can't eat ice. That's
She's
not
gonna live
realistic.
on. Do you see her
No,
waist?
she will die.
Her waist.
Okay, Kat, I understand.
Do you think she eats more than ice?
She will die? She cannot eat ice. There's no nutrition in ice.
There were trees.
Elsa's gonna eat tree.
Yeah, there's animals around. She can have Marshmallow hunt things up for her.
What is she gonna cook? Oh yeah, Marshmallow. Thanks for the deer. Where's she gonna cook it, Kat? She's gonna eat raw deer meat?
Yes.
She's gonna eat raw reindeer? Elsa's gonna sit in her ice palace and eat raw reindeer meat?
I mean, obviously she made this ice castle.
Okay.
So she can just light a fire and it's not going to burn down.
Light a fire with what?
The wood that's from the trees.
Oh my God. She did not think this through.
No, she definitely did not. Not at all.
It's just it's really pretty. It's really cool. I'm into it. I like it. What's she gonna do for fun? What is she?
What do you think she's been doing for fun for the past, like, her whole life? She literally sits in her room fearing for her life every day.
Does she make a bed out of ice, sheets out of ice, blanket out of ice?
The cold never bothered her anyway.
This all sounds like a really bad idea. It sounds really sad.
She'll take they were like pine trees, so she'll just take the fronds from, I don't know if they're called fronds. I'm thinking of palm trees,
Yeah.
but the branches.
I'm pretty sure pine trees have like pine needles.
Right,
sis.
just make a bed out of that. No one said it was comfortable. It's more comfortable than ice, though. She made a whole dress out of ice. I don't think she's worried about sleeping in ice. She literally is wearing a dress that she made of ice.
It just doesn't seem like a really good time.
She could also make a bed out of snow, not just ice. She has snow.
Sounds horrible.
To you.
Anna is trying to find Elsa, making her way up the North Mountain. Her horse yeets her off his back and says, it's too cold. I don't like it here. I'm going home. And Anna is freezing. She falls into some water. She loses her coat. I'm not going to lie, at this point, Anna would be dead. I know this is a Disney movie, but she landed in water with no coat on and like sub-zero temps.
She would have frostbite.
She's a goner.
Yeah, she's dead. She would have been eaten by a bear.
Oh, yeah.
Frozen, dead.
And she makes it to Oaken's trading post.
Oakens.
Yoo-hoo!
I love him.
Cannot stand it.
We love him so much. So she walks in and she's like, hey, so you got some winter stuff? And he's like, no, it's our summer sale because it was just summer. So I have tanning lotion and I have some bathing suits and some cool stuff. And she's like, oh, no coats, no boots. And he's like, I just happen to have one pair over here. And the boots just happen to have an A initial on the heel. And the dress just happens to be a dress and coat in your size. It's yours. Amazing.
That's how movies work.
Yeah, right? And then someone else walks in to Oakens, our pungent reindeer king.
Yes.
I love Kristoff.
He's pretty cute.
I think he's super cute.
He's like my type. Just like a big burly blonde man.
He is very much your type.
Maybe not the obsessed with the reindeer part.
We all have our flaws.
That's true, but that's kind of a big one. I'm out. He is looking for some carrots for his reindeer. And Oaken is trying to charge him triple for the carrots or whatever, because clearly you're not going to be growing any more carrots anytime soon. Everything is covered in snow. And he's like, oh, I'll throw in a trip to the sauna. And his whole family is in the sauna, and it's a man and a bunch of children.
We love the gays.
Are they like a cute little gay couple?
Yeah, they are.
That's so adorable.
They're gay.
I love it. So Kristoff is like, no, that's some bullshit. And Oaken gets up and throws Kristoff outside and apologizes to Anna for the violence. And Anna decides she is going to buy the carrots and gives them to Kristoff and Sven.
She kind of throws them at him.
And is like, hey, bitches, you're going to take me up the North Mountain because my sister's up there and I need to talk her out of this perpetual winter. But it's really awkward because she walks in on Kristoff having a duet with Sven, but he's doing Sven's voice. And I'm sorry, but
It's so good.
It's kind of creepy.
It's so funny.
He likes his reindeer a bit too much.
A little bit, but that's fine.
But that's like his only friend. So I guess it's cool.
So then they set off on their journey up to the North Mountain. They're in Kristoff's sled with Sven pulling them. And Anna is telling Kristoff about what happened with Elsa and how everything became frozen and how she was trying to marry Hans, who she just met. And he's like, you are clearly a crazy person. You can't just marry someone you just met. And they kind of get into a little bit of argument. And then
they get attacked by wolves with knives.
Wolves with knives! Oh, man.
The wolves with knives from Beauty and the Beast.
They've
also
returned.
Live on the North Mountain.
Norway obviously is right next to France.
Exactly.
It's just, a very small border there. So they just crossed over. And the wolves with knives just give chase to Anna and Kristoff and Sven. And they have to jump over a ravine to get away from the wolves with knives. And so...
Guys, the wolves don't actually have knives.
Kristoff throws Anna onto Sven, cuts Sven from the sled. Sven jumps over the ravine. Kristoff is still on the sled, makes a jump from the sled, which is now airborne, to the other side of the ravine. And then the sled catches on fire and no more sled.
It's not even a sled, it's a sleigh. It's a sleigh. Sleds are like on the ground.
I guess so. I clearly know nothing about snow.
Like sleds are like what children ride down.
It is a sleigh. Like Santa.
He's Santa.
He is Santa.
They start to head up the North Mountain again. They are greeted by Olaf.
What a cutie.
Snowman.
Anna gives him a carrot for a nose.
He's like, oh, look how cute my little tiny nose is. And then she shoves it through the back of his head, and it's really big.
It's just a normal-sized carrot. He's just a small snowman.
And then Olaf thinks Sven is the guy, and Sven is also the name of the reindeer.
Which is a fair assessment. So then they tell Olaf they have to go find Elsa so they can bring Summer back. And Olaf's pumped. He loves summer.
Well, he's never been in summer, but
he loves the idea of summer.
Exactly. He loves the idea of summer. And he sings a whole little song about it.
About turning into a puddle.
Nope, that's not what it's about. It's about Olaf being in summer and living his best life and getting gorgeously tan and dancing with seagulls. Who doesn't love to dance with seagulls?
I definitely do not love that.
Yeah, no. If you've ever experienced a seagull, you don't like seagulls.
They're the freaking worst.
Seagulls are literally the worst.
Yeah.
And they are vicious.
Kristoff is like, I'm going to tell him what happens to ice when it gets hot out. And Anna's like, don't you fucking dare.
Yeah, why does she want Olaf to not know that he would die in summer?
I think she's
using him.
No, do you think they want another thing to carry or deal with going up this freaking mountain? No. I think she's like, well, he's a snowman. He's not going to live very long. He's not going to remember. So if he dies, he dies. It's fine.
Yeah, she's using him. That's what I just said, just in different words.
How is that using him?
Because she needs him to find Elsa. He knows where Elsa is. So she's like, oh my God, don't tell him he's going to die if we find Elsa.
Yes.
Yeah. Anna's a bitch.
She's not a bitch.
Yes, she is.
She's making tough decisions in a
like
hard
killing
situation.
Olaf.
She's not killing him. He's getting killed.
Oh my gosh.
He's just dying.
So back at the old Arendelle castle, Anna's horse comes back without Anna. So Hans decides to go after her with the two Weaseltown goons. There's like two dudes from Weaseltown, the princes of Weaseltown. They go along with Hans and a bunch of other Arendellians. to find Anna. Because Anna is a woman and clearly got lost and is stupid. Duh.
It's the only explanation. So Anna and Kristoff are at a wall, which is the side of the North Mountain. And they're discussing how they're going to try and get up it.
I don't think they call sides of mountains walls.
It's a mountain. I don't know. It's
the side of the mountain.
It's like a wall of rock.
It's not a wall at all. It's a fucking mountainside.
Okay, it's the side of a mountain. Sorry, I called it a wall.
They come up to it. It's not a wall.
Okay.
Walls are man-made.
Sorry.
I can't believe you just called it a wall.
Anna and Kristoff make it to the side of a mountain, and they're discussing how they're going to get up it. Anna's just trying to climb it. Kristoff is trying to think of this logically. And then Olaf comes around the corner and he's like, hey guys, I found this really cool ice staircase over here. I don't know, might be useful. There's a giant ice castle at the end of it, so maybe that's where we're trying to go. So they find their way up the staircase and in front of Elsa's ice castle at the top of the North Mountain.
Anna decides to go into the castle and tells the boys to wait outside, even though Kristoff is like super pumped because he's at an ice castle and he wants to go inside and play in the ice castle. Elsa is like, hey, Anna, I just really want to be alone. Please leave me alone. And Anna is like, I guess you don't realize that you literally froze Arendelle and everything is frozen and we're probably all gonna die because we won't be able to eat or grow crops or we'll probably all just freeze to death.
That's fine.
And Elsa starts to get really upset and all the ice starts to turn red. Red ice, red ice, red ice.
Bad, bad, bad.
Bad, no good, no good.
We were warned of this. Did you not see the first 20 minutes of the movie?
And then Elsa gets really pissed again, and Elsa shoots Anna in the fucking heart instead of in the head with her ice ray.
She's dead.
This would be a totally different movie. I'm just picturing Elsa with like an ice gun, and she's just like, okay. But in all seriousness, Elsa accidentally shoots a freezing cold ray of ice into Anna's heart.
Oops.
And then calls the bouncer of Club Ice Castle.
The bouncer!
His name be Marshmallow. Marshmallow. And Marshmallow kicks them out.
Literally.
Screams at them. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, pretty much. We're verbatim again. Another direct quote.
Oh, man. So Sven and Kristoff and Olaf and Anna, they fall off a cliff.
Yep.
And Kristoff is like, well, now what? And Anna is like, oh, now what? She has no idea.
No.
And then her hair starts turning white. Anna's hair starts turning white.
So then Kristoff is like, well, I think I know who can fix this because I've seen them do it before. My friends, the love experts.
Yes.
And Anna's already thinking he's a little crazy. So then they're walking and they walk in and there's just a bunch of rocks. And he's talking to all the rocks like, you look great. Wow, you've lost weight. How are the kids? And Anna and Olaf are like, we're going to go. You're a sociopath and we don't want to be anywhere near you. And then the rocks start shaking and they become the freaking trolls.
Troll life.
Which is a little weird.
Troll wife.
Oh no. She almost becomes a troll wife.
She really does. So all the trolls are super pumped because Kristoff brought a girl home.
Clearly a giant virgin.
And, oh my God, for sure. And Anna's like, no, thank you. And then the trolls sing.
Fixer Upper.
Fixer Upper.
Another bop.
Which is my favorite show on HGTV. No, I'm kidding.
I mean.
So the trolls sing about how, you know, Kristoff is a little rough around the edges, but overall he's like a really great guy.
Yeah.
And he was raised by trolls, so clearly has his shit together.
I mean, he's in the ice business, so he's also rich.
So they get a little confused and they start a troll wedding. And Kristoff and Anna are like, wait, what? No, what's going on? And then Anna falls.
She passes the fuck out.
To her deathbed.
To her deathbed.
Basically.
Grandpappy finally decides to make an appearance. And
Grandpappy.
he's like, this is really bad. Your heart is going to freeze. And then you're literally going to turn into a block of ice and die.
You cannot thaw a frozen heart.
Yeah, he said that when you were 9.
Exactly.
So
get it together. Maybe if they didn't erase your memory and
would have
junk,
remembered.
you would remember all this. So the only thing that can fix her is
An act of true love.
an act of true love. And
Amazing.
of course, they automatically go to true love's first kiss,
And Hans.
which, I mean, go off, sis, I guess, if you think making out is the cure-all.
I mean, have you ever read any other story?
No, I've never.
No, I know you haven't. I'm talking to the audience. You've never read ever.
I've never read or seen any movie ever. I've never read a book or seen a movie.
Has anyone?
No, never heard a story in my whole life.
So then Kristoff is like, all right, let's get Anna back to Hans. And they start racing off back towards Arendelle.
So they can make out.
Yeah. Cutscene to Hans and crew. They find the ice castle and they're all fighting Marshmallow and shit. Like, they cut his leg off. The disrespect. And Wesselton's men make it inside the ice castle and are fighting Elsa, who is throwing ice daggers and shit at them. She's literally about to kill one of them. And Hans comes running in and he's like, yo, this is bad. You can't do this. You're killing people.
Verbatim.
Another
That's
direct
Hans's
quote.
speech.
So then an arrow is shot at the ice chandelier in the castle and it falls onto Elsa, very close to Elsa. Either way, she's knocked out cold. And they transport her back to the prison in Arendelle. And they've got her in these weird hand shackles things. They just had those custom made while they were out.
So Hans comes into Elsa's jail cell. I don't know. Dungeon. That's probably dungeon.
Yeah.
We can go ahead and call that dungeon. So Hans comes into Elsa's dungeon room and she is insisting she cannot fix the endless winter. She has no idea how she did it. She has no idea how to reverse it. And Hans is not okay with that. So he just leaves her ass in there. Kristoff is running across the fjord, bringing Anna back, who is dying, to Hans. And the castle people take Anna in to Hans. And Kristoff goes on his merry way and just hopes that everything turns out
Yeah,
good.
he just leaves. He just lets them take her and he leaves and he's like, okay, bye.
He's like, cool, gonna go harvest some ice now. It was really nice meeting you, Anna. Hope you don't die. Goodbye.
Maybe he just wanted to get ahead on the ice game before it all melted for summer.
No.
Yeah, I don't know either.
The castle people bring Anna to Hans, and Hans tells everyone to give them the room. And Anna is like, bro, let's make out right now, baby. We gotta make out right now. She's like, I need your love. I need
Or I
your
will
love,
literally die.
or I'm gonna die. So I remember seeing this in theaters.
Same.
And being
Shook.
utterly shocked
Yeah.
when Hans leans in to kiss Anna and says, if only there was somebody here who loved you.
And he's so scary in that moment. Like,
I just want to be that evil someday.
no.
I swear, it's so good.
No.
The most evil.
Like, what a freaking plot point, bro. Like,
He's such an ass.
Such a villain.
My gosh, I hate him.
Yeah.
He's so evil.
He's kind of the worst.
It's so crazy. And he's like, oh, sorry, bye. No, bitch, I'm the king now. Have fun dying in this room. He freaking throws water on the fire and locks her in the room. And he goes into the room with all of the castle staff. And he tells him that Anna died and Elsa froze her heart. And they said their vows right before she died. So now he's king of Arendelle. Woo!
Which, like, don't you have to have witnesses for that?
I guess not. I guess
Because they all believe him.
They just took him at his word.
Perfect.
He charges Elsa with treason and sentences her to die.
So then Elsa breaks free of her little prison, and she was running back over the fjord towards her ice castle. She's like, I'm dipping again, bye.
Yeah, she busts right out of that dungeon. I don't know what they were thinking trying to chain her up.
Yeah, I
she
don't
built a whole castle in like 8 seconds. And they were like,
These chains will work.
chain her up.
So Kristoff is walking out of Arendelle, and Sven stops him, and in his Sven voice is like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's so embarrassing. Oh, I hate it.
So he turns around to talk to Sven and say, no, like, she clearly loves him. Like, what am I going to do? And then he sees this strange ice storm forming over Arendelle. And he's like, oh, shit, that's not good.
My girl's there.
And they start running back. And back in Arendelle, Olaf breaks into the room that Anna is just slowly freezing in. And he lights a fire for her, gets her over to it. He's trying to like warm her up. And he starts melting all over the damn place because, you know, he's literally made of frickin' snow and he's in front of a fire. Olaf is like, you know, I don't think Hans was your love, because an act of true love is like how Kristoff brought you here and then just left. And Anna's like, well, fuck, maybe that guy loved me since the other one didn't.
Must be a very confusing time for Anna.
I know. She's
Who
never
knows
spoken
nothing about anything.
Right. She's never spoken to another person other than like the staff for like the past 13 years. And then all of a sudden there's two men vying for her attention. Like, what's it like?
Probably really confusing.
I think so.
So Olaf sees Kristoff coming across the fjords like a valiant, pungent reindeer king. The best line in the whole movie.
So good.
And helps Anna up to get her across the icy
Fjord.
I'm going to say fjord 18 more times.
It's a fun word.
It's great. I like it. It's got an F in it. It's got a J in it. It's got a D in it.
And an O and an R.
And an O and R. And an S if it's plural. At this point, Elsa is heading across the fjord away from Arendelle. Kristoff is heading to Anna. Anna is heading to Kristoff. Anna starts to die more. Anna been dying for 3 hours now.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Well, I think it's being, what's the word I'm looking for? Not fast forwarded, like,
Accelerated.
there we go. Her freezing is being accelerated by the fact that her sister has a giant ice storm over the kingdom. So now she's even colder. So I think it's just rapidly going through her.
It's the slowest death of all time.
It has to be
Anna,
horrible.
Oh my God. Sis die.
You know how painful that has to be?
What, your whole body turning to ice?
Yeah.
God, that's when, you know the thing, it's like, would you rather die by fire or ice? Baby, fire.
I think I'd rather die by fire.
Because it's quick. And then you're gone.
Yeah.
That was it. That was me dying by fire.
I hate being cold.
Dude, freezing to death? Oh my God.
It's very slow.
Ugh.
Yeah, no thank you.
I can't even imagine. That was morbid.
Sorry.
So Sven the reindeer falls into the ice, but he chucks Kristoff off just in time towards Anna. And Hans, meanwhile, he finds Elsa and tells her that Anna is dead, which is a damn lie. And Elsa gets really sad. And Kristoff is running to Anna. But Anna sees Hans about to execute Elsa for killing her sister. So Anna gets in the way of his sword. And Anna turns to ice.
She's frozen.
Oh my God.
And Hans's sword hits her hand. So she stops him from killing
Slaying Elsa.
And so all of the snowstorm stops because Elsa is just in shock. And so now Kristoff can see everything that's happening. And he runs over. And then Elsa's all sad. She starts hugging her sister.
She grabs her sister's ice corpse.
Who's now a literal ice statue. Uh-huh. And she's crying because now her sister's dead and everything's a wreck. And Anna starts unfreezing.
Because it was an act of true love.
She saved her sister and risked herself.
And Elsa realizes love thaws.
Yeah, so she's like, oh, I can use this to undo all the ice that I made here in Arendelle.
She just like loves Arendelle like real hard in her mind. Like, what?
I don't think it's her love for Arendelle. I think it's just love in general. So her love for like Anna, that's really it, because she doesn't know Olaf or Kristoff.
Yeah, what? Love thaws. She was just like, love, 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 love. And then it unthawed.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Well, she probably like used her like memories of her and Anna as kids and like how they had
Must
fun.
be nice to have those. So Kristoff was ready to throw hands at Hans. That was a tongue twister that I created myself and I didn't mean to. But Anna steps in and punches him herself.
Good for her.
Yes, queen.
Again, another way we are the same. I will also throw hands and
Absolutely.
throw Hans.
Anna throws them Hans at Hans.
Stop, that's so good.
So Hans is in jail where he belongs. Weaseltown is canceled. Anna gives Kristoff a sled.
And then they make out.
Which
is my favorite part.
Elsa invites everybody into the castle and makes an ice rink and gives Olaf a flurry so he doesn't die.
Good for him.
Which, again, that's not gonna work.
I mean, if you think about it, she made a sentient being out of snow magic. I think she can give him a snow flurry if she really wants to.
Yep. And that's
the end.
The end. Frozen, the best movie of our time.
It is pretty good.
I don't even know where I'm going to put it. Oh my gosh.
I know.
So nervous.
I need to look at my list.
You go first.
Okay, I'm going to give Frozen, I know this is going to be a huge shock, a 10 out of 10.
Oh my God.
It's going at number 4 for me. It's going underneath Princess and the Frog, but above Beauty and the Beast.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I am giving Frozen a 10 out of 10.
Yay!
It's just such a good movie.
It's honestly very well-rounded.
It got ruined with all of the hype in the parks and everything. And
imagine working on Main Street and having to hear Let It Go 16 times a day.
Okay, first of all, shut up. Because
I had to do with their line.
I worked at Epcot in Norway when Anna and Elsa started doing meet and greets. Yeah. And the line was at Park Open.
A 6-hour wait.
No, dude. It was an 8-hour, 9-hour wait. The line wrapped around the whole freaking World Showcase.
I do remember
People
that.
would switch on and off with their families to go ride rides and go grab food. And people were waiting. This was before they did the, the ticket return thing. For legit 5 months, people were waiting hours to meet Anna and Elsa.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I could literally, and people would yell at me and they were like, I came all the way here from Idaho and I just wanted to meet Anna and Elsa and the line is 8 hours long. And I would be
do your research. That's not my problem.
Right. It was literally so crazy. It ruined this movie for me for 5 years.
I had to hear Let It Go in the parade. I had to hear it in the castle show. I had to hear it in the Christmas parade, in the Halloween parade. They literally was everywhere.
It was too much.
It was.
We got Frozen harassed for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I really, really loved it when I first saw it, and then it got ruined for me. But now it's calmed down, and I'm happy again.
Right.
I'm good again.
Right.
Me good. Too. I love this movie. So it's literally there are very few movies that I remember seeing in theaters. This was definitely one of them. I was shooketh. I was like, wow, that was a really good movie.
Yeah. The characters are all good. The music is good. It's beautiful to look at. Absolutely stunning to watch.
It's gorgeous.
It is.
So 10 out of 10. I put it above A Christmas Carol and then below Princess and the Frog. So it is my number 5.
Ooh, so
I like
close.
Princess and the Frog more.
Yeah,
sorry.
Mm-hmm. What are we gonna watch next?
We are gonna do another Patreon episode. All right, patrons, listen up. We're going to do one of your episodes next week. Drum roll, please. Oh my gosh. Toy Story.
How have we not done that yet? I feel like I've said the same thing about Frozen, but...
Yes.
That's a good one.
Is John's movie.
Yay, John.
John, we're going to watch Toy Story. Oh my gosh, listen. Do you know how much I love Toy Story?
It's been a really long time since I think I've watched this. I put it on all the time as background noise, but I haven't paid attention to it.
That has got to be one of my favorite Disney characters. I have a Woody tattoo.
You do?
I love Woody so much.
Bo Peep is one of mine.
I was going to say, one of the other movies I vividly remember going and seeing in theaters was Toy Story 3.
Oh, yeah.
I will never forget seeing Toy Story 3 in theaters.
Our dad even cried, and he doesn't cry for a lot.
I'm glad we're doing Toy Story because we got 3 more to do after it, so...
That's fair.
It's got a lot of
We should probably start doing sequels at some point.
Oh my gosh, we have so many.
Yay!
I'm so excited.
That's a good one.
Yes. Okay, so social medias... Patreon. If you guys even want to check Patreon out, the link is in our show notes.
Yeah.
If you just want to look at it.
Take
We're
a
starting to
gander.
get our merch boxes together. So I would say we're going to have a cutoff at some point for you to sign up to get your merch box. But yeah, Patreon, Instagram, Twitter.
Facebook.
We don't have a Facebook. We do, but it's not real.
We
It's
do
fake.
fun polls on both Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah. And yeah, let it go.
Okay,
Goodbye.
bye. Bye-bye.
These opinions are our own and are in no way associated with the film or the film's production company.
The cover art for Tragical was created by Johnny the Alchemist.
The theme song for Tragical was produced by Jahreezy,
Contact info for both artists can be found on their Instagrams.
which are linked in the show notes.
Thanks for listening.
To Tragical.